Okay, welcome back to the channel of Pro Enzo Vids, and this afternoon is my round 26 NRL tips for 2024. So, yeah, just this week and next week, and then, yeah, we're on to finals. So, very excited for that, but I think as of right now, definitely time to focus on this week's games, and especially for my boys Manly, it's such a must-win game, so looking forward to it. But yeah, look, obviously, before I get into my tips, please be sure to like the video and do subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, do appreciate all the new support as of recent, and yeah, it's great to see that the sub count keeps growing and growing. So yeah, do appreciate it heaps, and yeah, more importantly, enjoy the video. But there's some big games this week, I must say. Like, there's some really big games. Thursday night, I think, may not be as big as what we hope to be, because Storm are resting 11 players, but they've still got Pappy and Munster names, so that should make them still dangerous. And Cowboys obviously want to keep winning so they can solidify a home final. On Friday, Manly and Dogs, that's going to be a huge game, so yeah, I'll be there obviously, and yeah, bring it on, that's all I'll say. And then, yeah, Saturday has Dolphins, Broncos. So the loser of that game actually has their season officially over. So that's why that game's so big. So, yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. But, yeah, round 26 tips. Let's get into it. All right, so on to that very first game, the Cowboys versus Storm at Queensland Country Bank Stadium to kickstart round 26 on the Thursday. So, yeah, look, Storm obviously are locked in for the minor premiership, so there's a reason why they've rested all their players, most of them anyway. So yeah, Storm are locked in for the minor premiership, and for some reason, some people have an issue with it, and I get why, because it's either that, you know, I get people are a bit upset by it, but I don't know why. Like, I think Storm are obligated to do what they want. Like, you know, they're locked in for first place, so that's their choice. Let them be. As for the Cowboys, well, no matter what, the Cowboys have to win, because if Cowboys lose this with like all Storm stars basically out apart from a couple, then yeah, it's quite embarrassing for them. So, but yeah, for the Cowboys, it seems like both Tamalolo is back on deck for the Cowboys, and Jeremiah Nene is also in, so two big ins for the Cowboys, which means Finafiliaki goes to the bench as well. And Thomas McHaley's out with an injury too, so that means Jackson Purdue goes to 18th man. So, and for the Storm, yeah, I'm not going to go through all their changes, but I know that Pappy and Munster are playing, so that still makes them quite dangerous. Yeah, look, so you'd think Cowboys would win this game because of the players that Storm have out, and they probably could, and I reckon there's a good chance they will, but something's telling me that Melbourne will still get the job done. Like, obviously, like, obviously, I'd wish that to happen only because I'm a Manly fan, and we need a home final ourselves. So that's probably why I'm hoping Cowboys don't get up for this one. But look, in all reality, they probably have a chance of winning. But I don't know. I think Storm actually win. I'm being honest. I think Storm actually win, because I think Munster and Pappy are playing. If them two weren't playing, I'd tip Cowboys in a heartbeat. But I reckon that's enough quality to get them home. So yeah, I'm going Storm to win 1-12. First try scorer, give me a Cowboys player. Give me Cole Felt. I'm sure he'll have a big one after his departure announced yesterday from the Cowboys, and anytime try scorers for both sides. For the Cowboys, give me Nene in his return, and for the Storm, Pappenhausen. Now, the big one on the Friday. So I can't believe, first of all, that this is a 6 p.m. Friday game, and apparently there's going to be 40,000 people at the game too. So they're saying that this record at a core stadium is going to break some sort of records and whatever. So yeah, I mean, that's why it makes the game actually a whole lot bigger, because a big crowd will be coming into a core on the Friday, and for it being 6 p.m. as well, it's quite impressive. But yeah, look, we'll see what the actual crowd number is when people get there. But yeah, big crowd either way. But yeah, Manly v Dogs. So for the Dogs last week, they were, yeah, I mean, the Warriors started quite fast and had the Bulldogs at some points. But the difference with the Bulldogs and the Warriors is that the Dogs keep fighting. Like, they're a team that keeps in the grind, and they know how to grind out games. And they fight for each other. Like, they really genuinely fight for each other. And yeah, hence why they're on a 5-game winning streak at the moment. So yeah, go give credit where it's due. So they'll be a tough opponent on Friday. As for Manly, well, I don't want to talk about Thursday too much, because that already hurt me a lot. But yeah, definitely a game where we have to forget now, and hopefully bounce back in a big way on Friday. But yeah, team changes for both sides. So for the Bulldogs and home side, with Stephen Crichton out with a 1-game suspension for his shoulder to the head on RTS. Jarrell Skelton comes into the team on the wing, and Jacob Kiraz moves to the centres with James Salmon starting at lock because Kurt Mann's out for a while, or could be the year. We'll see how bad it is. But yeah, Salmon's a lock and Hayward on the bench with all the others 1 through 17 mainly though. As for Manly, a couple of changes. So with Corey Waddell suspended for 2 games, it means that the back row is now Ola Kawatsu and Ben Trbojevic. I mean, Ben was always starting, but Waddell's on the bench. But yeah, because Waddell's out, Ola Kawatsu and Burbo back rowers, and the bench is actually Tolu Kola, who's back to the bench because Tommy Salau's back in the team starting the centres, which is the right call in my opinion. Aloiai moves to the bench actually, and Nathan Brown starts, so big move there by Siebes. And then the rest of the bench is Bullimore and Matt Lodge, who does return for Manly. So, yeah, we'll see how these changes go. I'm actually quite happy there's a couple of changes. So, yeah, we'll see how we go. Now, look, it's pretty obvious who I'm tipping. Like, obviously I'm tipping Manly to bounce back. I think Manly are a genuine chance here. I know I hype them up every week and whatever, but I think we're a fair chance. Like, I think the boys know that, yeah, like a home final is at stake, and we all love playing rookies, so that's why we're going to have to try hard here, win on Friday. So I'll back Manly to win by about 6 points, 1 to 12 anyway. First try scorer might be for the Dogs though. I think Jarrell Skelton will score the first try, and anytime try scorers of both sides for the Bulldogs, I'll go with Viliami Kikau, and for Manly, I'll go with Tommy Talau in his return. But go Manly, but. On to the main game on the Friday now. It's between both the Panthers and the Rabbitohs at Bluebet Stadium there in Penrith. So, yeah, look, I think this game does not need much explaining, if I'm being completely honest, and out of respect as well. But yeah, for the Panthers, obviously on the back of two losses in a row. So, you know, I know, like, these days, 2 losses is not a big deal if you lose back-to-back games. It's more if you lose 5 or 4 in a row, it's big concerns. But back-to-back losses aren't the worst thing in the world, but because it's Penrith, and we haven't really seen Penrith lose back-to-back games in some time now, so that's why I think everyone's going a bit nuts about the Panthers at the moment, but Penrith will be fine. Like, they're a quality team. They know how to win. I think Cleary is a big loss for them, but yeah, they should be okay, though, come finals. But yeah, they'll be disappointed after last week's loss to Canberra, where I genuinely thought they had the game there, but just dropped it in the last sort of few minutes. And for the Rabbitohs, yeah, I guess last week's loss to the Knights just summed up their season, really. I think South's just looking forward to 2025 now, and I can't blame them, to be honest. But yeah, look, both changes to both sides. So for the Panthers, Sneer Taruva and Paul Alamoti are back in the team, so they come in for both Dane Laurie and Casey McLean, and their backline looks a lot more stronger with them too, in my opinion. And yeah, that's mostly the main changes, I think. As for the Rabbitohs, Cody Walker is back at halfback from concussion protocol, so that's the South's main change only. Yeah, look, my tip for this game, Panthers 13 plus. I can't see it being anything else other than that. First try scorer, I'll go with Suniya Taruva in his return, and anytime try scorers to both sides. For the Panthers, I'll go with let's go Moses Leota. I think Leota's due for a try this week. And as for the Rabbitohs, I'll go with Tyrone Munro. On to Super Saturday, the first game of 3. It's the Eels versus Dragons at CommBank Stadium. So a game where it's quite important for the Dragons, but not really important for the Eels because, yeah, Eels are just playing for pride pretty much. But, yeah, look, Parramatta back at CommBank. It's probably the boost they need, to be fair. Like, being back at home is going to be, I guess, some motivator for them, but the Dragons will be motivated to keep fighting for a top 8 spot because, yeah, Dragons losing last week to the Sharks did not help their case at all in making the 8. So, yeah, it's must win. Like, if Dragons lose one more game, they're officially done for good. So, yeah, Dragons must win at all costs. But both sides for this game. So for the Eels, just one change only. Luca Moretti comes into the team and Jake Tungo out. And for the Dragons, Raymond Fatala-Marino joins the team with Laikan King Togia out of the team. So, yeah, one change for both sides. Yeah, look, I think Dragons win. I think Parramatta are a fair chance here, but I think Dragons, you know, there's a funny pattern, the Dragons. They're a win-loss, win-loss, win-loss team. Maybe this week's a win because they lost last week, but I don't know. I think Parramatta are a chance to end their season, but I'll go with the Dragons to win purely because I think they're going to be really desperate, and Shane Flanagan will get them up for this game. So Dragons 1 to 12. First try scorer, I'll go with Sean Russell for the Eels first, and anytime try scorers for both sides. For the Dragons, I'll go with Christian Tuipulotu, and for the Eels, in the forwards, Kelma Tuilagi. Winner's a chance, loser is out. It's the Dolphins versus Broncos at Suncorp Stadium. A huge game for the 5:30 fixture at Suncorp. Both these sides are definitely a developing rivalry. Not there yet, but yeah, they want to hype it up as a rivalry right now, but it's going to take time. But look, it's a big game for both sides. Dolphins win, then they're within a chance of making the 8 still. If Broncos lose, then they're out. But if Broncos win, they're a chance. Dolphins lose, they're out. So it's crazy how this one game can just end a club season. So, yeah, wow, it's going to definitely hype up the rivalry more, though. I think now with the situation this game has come to. So, yeah, it'd be quite interesting, actually. Very interesting. But the changes of both sides. So, for the Dolphins first, it seems like Mark Nichols and Sean O'Sullivan have joined the team. Both Cody Nikorima and Jesse Bromwich are under concussion protocols, so they're both out. And Pangai Jr. and Jeremy Marshall King are both in the reserves, so they look to return to the field very soon. As for the Broncos, a couple of changes there. Payne Haas is in the reserves, so Haas is definitely a big chance of playing for this game. Kobe Hetherington ruled out for this one, and also for the Broncos, Ben Sakura comes into the side as well. So yeah, a couple of changes there for both sides. But in this game, God, it's going to be close, but I'm going to tip the Broncos. I think Broncos will be too good for the Dolphins. The Dolphins at the moment are in a real hole. Like, they're just playing terrible. Don't know what's happened there. But yeah, I think Broncos are a bit stronger, and I think they'll get the job done. So Broncos to win 1 to 12. First try, I'll go with Dean Mariner, and anytime try scorers to both sides. For the Dolphins, I'll go with the Hammer. And for the Broncos, I'll go with... let's go with a bit of a bold one, Josh Rogers. And lastly, for Super Saturday, the very last game of Super Saturday, it's the Sharks versus Warriors at Shark Park or PointsBet Stadium. So, yeah, big game actually, because this is the last game of Jazz Tavaga in a Warriors jersey and Phil Blake in a Warriors jersey, and last game for Sean Johnson in general in the NRL. So, pretty fitting that he plays his final NRL game against the Sharks, the club he used to play for. So, yeah, it's kind of funny how it's all panned out like that. But, yeah, I'm sure those boys would want to put in the maximum effort they can to, hopefully win and send themselves out as winners in the Warriors jersey for one last time. But, yeah, the Sharks, obviously, at Shark Park are very good. Not a very easy team to beat there, so I'm sure they'll be up for this one on Saturday. And speaking of the Sharks and their team for this one, so for the Sharks, Nico Hines is in the reserve. So Nico Hines is actually a big chance of playing. And if he does play this week, it's a big one for the Sharks, big in before finals. So Hines is a fair chance of playing. Also, seems like for the Sharks as well, with Jesse Ramian out, Sifa Talakai starts in the centres, and Sione Katoa is still out with concussions. So actually Katoa's back, but Mulatalo is still out with injury. So yeah, that's the only changes there for the Sharks really. As for the Warriors, well, for the Warriors, there's a couple. Tane Tuapiki starts at fullback, and Chans Nickel Klukstad goes to the centres with RTS out with concussion, and Ali Lautaua also joins the team too, Adam Pompey out for the rest of the year. My tip for this game, I think it'll be a tight game, but the home side at home is definitely the way to go for me. So I'll tip the Sharks to win 1 to 12 only, but I think Warriors will be very competitive. But yeah, based off recent form, I think the Sharks are looking a lot better. So Sharks to win 1 to 12. First try scorer, give me Sione Katoa in his return. And anytime try scorers for both teams. For the Sharks, I'll go with William Kennedy. And for the Warriors, I'll go with Tane Tuapiki at fullback. Now on to Sunday afternoon footy, the first game of 2. It's the Knights versus Titans at McDonald Jones Stadium. So, yeah, must-win game for the Knights, because Knights are mathematically a chance of making the 8 still as well, and they have to beat Titans no matter what. So, yeah, I think Knights are on a roll. I mean, I wouldn't say on a roll, but I guess meant that, yeah, they're definitely looking more favoured to be 8th ahead of most sides, if that makes sense. So, because they play Titans this week at home, and they play the Dolphins next week, who are in awful form at Newcastle as well. So, tell you what, Knights are a sniff. They're a sniff, I reckon. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And the Titans, obviously, their year's done. Once again, very disappointing against the Roosters. So yeah, really a summary of their season. As for the teams, though, for the Knights, Bradman Best is back, so that's a big in for Newey. And Dylan Lucas goes to the back row. So yeah, big welcome return there in Bradman Best. As for the Titans, one change only: Philip Sami in, AJ Brimson out. So yeah, that's the only change there for the Titans. In this game, but I think Knights win. I think Knights get the job done back at home. So I'll go Newey to win 1-12. First try scorer, giving me Greg Marzu against his old club, and anytime try scorers. For the Knights, Dylan Lucas in the back row, and for the Titans, I'll go with Philip Sami. And now lastly, wrapping up round 26, it's the Roosters versus the Raiders at Allianz Stadium. So yeah, a bit of an interesting game to end off your Sunday, because yeah, Roosters are in great form and definitely locked in for a top 4 spot now, so they're playing very good footy. But yeah, the Raiders, after their win against Penrith last Saturday, wow, they are definitely capable of a few upsets. I don't really care what anyone says. I think Canberra are a team that can genuinely cause upsets. So I'm not saying it will happen this weekend, but I wouldn't be shocked if it did. But yeah, the Roosters obviously are looking very good in terms of form, and the way they're playing is just, yeah, makes them a whole lot more dangerous. We'll see how they go in finals, but right now they're in great form, and yeah, very hard to stop in this sort of form. And yeah, Canberra, yeah, very good against the Panthers. I thought they were gone with about 10 to go. Like, I thought Penrith would wrap the game up, but then Luai decided to throw away the game, and yeah, once Tomoko found Savage, that was it. So yeah, tough one for Penrith, but Canberra very good in that game. I was very impressed with Canberra, I won't lie. But in this game, though, I think the Roosters win. I just don't think Canberra have the class to match it with the Roosters. I could be wrong, but for now, I'll take the Roosters at home. So Shooks to win. 13 plus, first try scorer, Daniel Tupou. Anytime try scorers, James Tedesco, and for the Raiders, Kyle Weeks. But yeah, Roosters to win. But that there is my round 26 NRL tips for this weekend. So I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to again like and subscribe to the channel, and comment your tips in the comments down below. And yeah, it's gonna be a big weekend of footy, so bring it on. Thank you for watching. Go Manly.